Hello. You know what time it is? Mic check time. Mic check. Mic. 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 Mic check. All right. The mic is check. Mic is checkaroonies. So let us begin. This today's show is de Luis Miguel La Serie. Hola y todo el mundo. Ojalá vieron el episodio hoy. Stop. I hope it's okay. I always check if I'm muted or not. Anyway. Hola, hola. Like last week's episode. Last week's episode was he hired a private investigator. Went through the scenarios of the last day together. But they're not gonna they didn't show you because they probably want to show you later. And the ultimate conclusion that she had is that she found a place where where the mother could be. Which I mistakenly said last week that was in Acapulco or something like that. I was wrong. It wasn't Acapulco. It was las Islas Canarias de España. If you've I don't know if you've ever been. Obviously, some people must have been there before, but sorry, I'm checking something out. Very professional. I know it's very professional of me. So yeah. The mother. She concluded that she was in a sane asylum, or well, at least that was her conclusion, that she was in an insane asylum, and apparently they're releasing the episodes online. At least it's on YouTube. I don't know if that's the legal place or not. But yeah, they have at least one episode there, I saw. Because, okay, I'm going to complain about the terrible, terrible editing, in the sense of, everybody knows if you watch a movie that was, a movie that's rated R on TV, the censorship is ridiculous. Well, the same thing happens with Spanish TV in Mexico or in Spain or Venezuela or Colombia, where these original shows are from. They don't have a censorship like they have over here with words. They have, they say carajo, puto, cabrón, all that stuff on TV, I guess, because when they get it over here, all the censorship happens, and you can barely understand a bloody thing. Because there's a scene in this episode where in El Diamante Negro, Robert Palazuelos, I think is his name. He basically said a whole bunch of slurs and words, and you couldn't understand a bloody thing. And in between his slurs and diatribes was an important piece of information. Was the information that I was asking last week. It was ¿dónde carajo está lo de Michelle Salas y Stephanie Salas? And then he says it in the between the cursing, and of course they're censoring everything, and you're like, what are you saying? No entiendo nada. And my mom caught it. She caught it oh, they're talking about it. So they just offhandishly, they're just oh, sidestepping the fact that he got a girl pregnant and he had a daughter and he completely ignores her. Just sidestep that because I guess that's what exactly he did. Because he never mentioned it. I think it was rumors and rumors and rumors. Like, sorry about that. It's been awful today. It's been rumors and rumors and rumors that he has had a illegitimate daughter. Now she's legitimate. He recognizes her. She has his last name, and you know, at least that happens. And I'm curious. Again, I always ask this question in every review, like, where are they gonna, like, how far are they gonna take it? Now that we know there's a season 2, they're gonna have to take it further than the 90s and where his heyday was. Sorry, so this episode dealt with the continuation of the information that she gave the private investigator. He has to digest it and then go on with that and tell his brother what to do with that. So, on top of that, he's also having this burgeoning love for Isabela Camil, which is the sister of Jaime Camil, which I discussed last week. Her boyfriend is acting like a dude that smells a challenger to his and it's very interesting because it's weird because the one who's, like I said last week, like the one who's playing Isabela Camil is what is her fucking name? Soti, Camila Soli, which is the sister? No, the niece of Thalia, which was another person that he knew. So yeah, it's a weird mishmash of things. So yeah, it goes back and forth like it does. So, if you watch the show, you know the structure. Starts where it left off, then it jumps back to the earlier 80s, then it goes back to the later 80s, and thus we go. So yeah, they're in Italy. It was a good Italian episode today. Is molto bene, presto, presto. Tuo figlio and tua mama. Speaking of Stephanie Salas, her mother, in a nice novella called Pobres Tan Ricos. Speaking of Camille, see, it's weird. Like La Farándula Mexicana is weird. So basically, yes, it goes back and forth. And the highlights are, you see his grandpa, his Italian grandpa, his mother's father, aunt. He's in Italy. The grandpa lets him drive a Vespa. Anybody else find it creepy? Like a Vespa in the middle of the countryside in Italy? Isn't that creepy? Like feeling. And then there's fucking Lucy Torre being a piece of shit again. He's trying to put his cojones in the household of her father. Like he can do whatever he wants in the father's household. Like, y'all, like most of you are Hispanic. You'll understand, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a Hispanic thing because they're Italian. So it's a universal rule. Like, if you're at your parents' house, the ones who rule in that house is your parents. And you can't just, because you're the husband, you're the husband of the daughter, come in there strolling and say, I want to do whatever I want to do, and you have to follow me. It's interesting how stupid this man is. He's really stupid. It boggles the mind how stupid and idiotic men get to the highest positions. And they're taken down by their own stupidity that somehow magically got them where they needed to be. That's exactly Luisito Rey. He's a fucking moron. He's very brash. He's very abrasive. He's very explosive and impulsive. And somehow, in an industry that you have to kiss ass all the time to get anywhere, he made it, even though he hates that shit. Because they have to kiss. He is the guy. Or no, rather, everybody should kiss his ass. He's that kind of guy. Well, speaking of which, last week we talked about his fracaso con Busco, some guy that he was doing the Milli Vanilli with, and it blew up in his face, and that was his only dude, and his record company is 100% fucked. And he called a dude to help him, like, to scam him, basically, because that's all he does. He scams people. To scam him, and so he can pay him, so he can keep the stupid business going. But the guy just flat out told him, nah, go fuck yourself, and, go fuck yourself. And that made him go into a drunken stupor. That's outside. I'm sorry. I hear weird noises. I think my computer's dying, but it's not my computer. And so he gets in a, like, this is basically almost the end of the episode, but I just want to get rid of his stupid shit first. He gets in a drunken stupor, and the dumb bitch that's next to him says, "You don't need anybody. You're a singer and writer or songwriter yourself. You can do it. You're all by yourself." And I'm like, motherfucker, this is why men like him get places, because stupid bitches like you giving them false, like, hopes that turn somehow into good luck. I don't know. That's like a whole bunch of crap. So she does what she do. He's all like, yeah, I can do that. I actually don't know I'm pretty sure he's gonna fracasar again, because I think what they're trying to do, at least unless I'm overreaching the metaphor, is the parallels between his dad and the parallels between Luis Miguel today. At least that's what I think they're doing. Like, his dad right here, and Luis Miguel today. Let's see if they, like, the downward spiral, the has-beenery, the what have you done for me lately? Who are you? There's new kids on the block. I don't know who you are, kind of thing. A lot of money, because Luis Miguel always owes a lot of money. Not very good with money. And then it ends with him there, but it actually ends in a much more somber and bittersweet note and cliffhanger-y note. But yeah, so he decides to tell his brother, she's in this place. If the only way we can get to her if we make it public, like I announced that she's a missing person, and that way I can see her, because the insane asylum won't let me see her, because they don't know who she is, and they don't know if I'm family, and they're not going to let me see it if I'm family. So the brother says no, because their grandpa, the one I mentioned earlier, is sick and it might kill him. But, like, if the daughter isn't visiting you, you know that she's missing or dead or whatever. So the grandfather isn't stupid. And the family would, like, I don't know how that would get all the way to Italy. Like, because the grandfather's in Italy and they're in Spain. The mother is in Spain. I don't know how would that get into Italy, because I don't know if Luis Miguel is, like, this episode touched upon that Luis Miguel at that child point wasn't famous in Italy. Because the father, again, being an idiot, put him in a big ass festival, and he did like a test show. Nobody basically showed up, and he's trying to push him onto the Italian press, and the wife's like they don't know him here. They don't know him here. You just can't just push him up onto people because it's different here. And he didn't listen, and he got pissed because very little showed up in like a pre-show. And she talked to a lady in a magazine, and I think it's that famous photo of Luis Miguel where looks all doofy, which is adorable. The awkward phase of teenagehood. And his father said his face was like his picture was ugly. Like, come on, like nobody looks good as a teenager. Like let's not pretend that anybody looks good as a teenager. You always look like a hot mess because your proportions are growing all over the place, and you don't look even. So on top of that, he's dealing with the loneliness that some artists feel. That basically is that nobody understands them. Literally nobody understands. Nobody wants to be friends with them for the merit of being friends. They only want to be friends with him so what they can get off of him. And he's alone. And they dealt with that. He had an argument with his friend, but his friend, he's still like around today, and everybody knows him as a very abrasive, angry person. So they played him well. And his friend kind of said a whole bunch of things. He blurted out the Stephanie Salas thing. It's a mess, really. And then he went to a poker game with his brother, and the boyfriend of his future girlfriend is antagonizing him to play. And Luis Miguel had the winning hand, but let him win so he can get the money for the girl, so they can have fun together. Ignore that. If you heard that, ignore that. And so basically what we have here is a burgeoning romance. The mystery of the mother is it solved. By the end of the episode, the private investigator somehow finagled a way for him to go see her without revealing that she's missing. And he goes to the place. And then you're like, oh, you gotta find out if that's his mother. So pan to the back of the woman in question, with her hair all messy and disheveled, and the room solitary. She's facing the window. He walks in pensively, slowly. This is the journey that I've been on. Is it finally over? Is this my mom? Did I find her? Like my mom. He finally gets to her. He slowly gets to her. He kneels down, touches her hair, and fade to black. They didn't reveal if it's her or not, but the way he's looking at her has to be her, right? Or is this just a big build of nope, it's not her. Another road traveled on and no answers given. It was really like whoever's the director or the scene, I don't know if it's choreographer or planner. Really good job. I love stuff like that. I love visual metaphors, and that just hit me in the right spot. So, alright guys, I think that's good enough. This week's episode was interesting. It does a good build up. It does a lot of juxtapositioning with Luis Miguel and the father and the old Luis Miguel and the more at this time modern Luis Miguel. So it's pretty good. I don't know when the season finale season finale will be. I'm guessing when he finally gets with Isabella Camille and we get to the 1991 area. There's one. Actually, I should check it before I make a flub. There is one thing that didn't make any fucking sense to me, and I'm going to Google it to see, because she invited him to a party, right? This party was a masquerade party, and they had like one of them was one of them was dressed like a pirate, almost like Jack Sparrow. I was like, I know that the character existed beforehand, but I don't think that was popular. So, she was dressed as somebody from the 80s, but it wasn't. See, that doesn't make any sense. Exactly. It's 1989, and the movie came out in 1990. Unless it's already 1990 and I missed the shift in year in the story, because it's really hard to keep time in the show for me. And sometimes really hard to understand the dialogue because of the censoring, and sometimes because they speak loud, like they speak low. And yeah, she was dressed as my favorite actress, Winona Ryder in Edward Scissorhands. But that movie is from the 90s, and they're still in the 80s. At least I think. If not, we're getting closer to the end of the series, the show. Yeah, she should have been Heather's Winona. That would have been better. And she looked nothing like Winona. So there's that. Fuck, I forgot, like, there was somebody dressed up as, like, a character. Oh! If you watch novelas for a very long time, there's a very famous novela called Cuna de Lobos. It's one of his friends was dressed up as the Catanina Krill, which is the villain with the... Which is interesting. That was fun to look at. Most of the show is fun to look at because I'm pretty sure like most of the people that watch the show grew up with Luis Miguel, grew up with the farandula from the 90s and 80s, and the people that you grew up with in novelas and music and all that stuff. Kind of fun to look back at that. It is kind of a nostalgia. So, thank you for tuning in. See you next week. Next week I have the same show, and this week there's a new guy, but I haven't finished him. I haven't started because I'm trying to finish another story in Sherlock. His name is someone you know. It's Dr. Jekyll. Dr. Jekyll is in the show, in the game. We'll see how that works. I already finished Gerard. I think a new character might be coming to Wizard's Heart soon. And I don't know, like, sorry, I'm cracking my knuckles. So anything else in between? Oh, and I might, and unless show like plans change, tomorrow I'm going to be on my friend's channel, Sean's. We're gonna do like a fun little game thing about Kids Bop learning and addressing some awful situations that is happening today, but also trying to have fun, and also a charity, kind of like a little charity. Yes. The world is a deeply depressing place. You gotta have fun when you got it, right? So, till then, guys, I'll see you. I'll see you guys later. The golden orb of knowledge and wisdom and happiness. See you guys later. Tune in next week or whenever the hell I do another video, and tune in tomorrow on Sean's show.